This is another herb that a lot of people never heard of. It's called Hyssop, Hyssop. This is basically a picture of the plant. And actually, it's the part of the plant that grows above ground that's used to make the medicine. Like in the case of dandelion, the weed, they use the dandelion root. They use the part that grows below ground to make the medicine. Now, this Hyssop plant is supposed to be extremely antiviral plant. It's actually good for like respiratory infections, urinary tract infections. It's very antiviral, antibacterial. It's used for gallbladder cleanse, liver cleanse. So that's another reason it's could be good with Hep-C. And I'm recommending these smaller herbs because cheaper herbs because this is a plant, right? It grows in a warm environment, and all these things can be grown. That's the whole thing about them. Nothing. I like showing these type of things because they're not pharmaceutical. In other words, anybody can get them. And actually, this herb, I forgot what it costs. It's not that much money. It's very, very antiviral. It's been used against things that are like impossible, they say, to treat, or to not get rid of, or whatever. HIV and Hep-C, liver detox, gallbladder detox, respiratory tract infections, colds. It's very powerful antiviral, and it's very cheap. Considering it comes from the earth, that's one of the best things you can do because it's cheap cheap and effective, and it's been around for thousands of years, going all the way back to ancient Greek medicine. So it's called Hyssop, Hyssop, from Swanson Vitamins. This is where I got this from. I got more of these actually. I'm stockpiling a pile of these different things because in the long range, if we're betting on economic problems or whatever happens with Obamacare or whatever, it turns out that you're deemed not to be, they don't have enough doctors to go around because of the price structure, there's not enough reward incentive for doctors anymore. We're going to need to know these things like we used to have to know them thousands of years ago. So this is another herb that hardly anybody ever knows about, Hyssop. And it's very powerful. Actually, it's very powerful against all kinds of viral and bacterial infections, bloodborne type problems. And, I just really can't go out on a limb and make all kinds of claims about it. But, I know in the case of cancer, there's all kinds of cancers. Some, they say, are induced by virus. So, if something fights a virus, actually good general health fights virus, but who the hell knows, maybe it'll work even against some forms of cancer. I wouldn't put too much money on that though, because I think most cancer is actually due to a change in the metabolism of the cell, where it goes from oxygen breathing to anaerobic, and that may be brought upon by other things other than viri anyway. So but this is actually very powerful for antiviral, antibacterial, and they even used it as an insecticide. Believe it or not, it's that powerful. But it's not going to hurt you at all. You could take a couple of these every day, and it's safe. It's safe. It's been around for thousands of years. I don't know any side effects to it, so it's a good cheap medicine to keep around. And, it's an herb. I don't know if you want to call it a medicine. It's kind of like a semi-medicine. But cost-wise, I think it's very, very worth it. So, Hyssop. If you've never heard of Hyssop, it's a good one to keep around. Antibacterial, antiviral, liver cleanse, and good for the respiratory tract. Clean out the gallbladder, any kind of problems with the intestinal tract. Basically where you have problems with bacteria, viri, either in the gut, in the liver, in the gallbladder, or in the blood. So, powerful stuff.